Hi children, today we are going to talk about pollination, which is also called paragan in Hindi. To know this process in Hindi, please watch the Hindi version of this video. Well, before starting, I would like to ask all of you one question. Are you ready? Have you ever thought, why are the flowers so beautiful, aromatic and bright in colors? Do think about it. We will discuss about it at the end of the video. Important points to remember: bisexual flowers, which is called Dvi or Phool, anther, which is also called parag kosh in Hindi, pollen grains, which is also called paragkan, filament, pushpa resha. Together, anther, pollen grains and filament makes the stamen, which is also known as pushp kesar, which is the male reproductive organ. Then we have stigma, which is also known as vertikagra, style, vertika, ovary, andashay. Together, stigma, style and ovary forms the pistil, which is also known as stri kesar in Hindi, which is the female reproductive organ. Next, we have fertilization, which means nishechan in Hindi. There are three types of pollination. First, self-pollination. Second, cross-pollination. And the third one, artificial pollination. What kind of a sound is that? Are you also able to hear the same? Oh wow, I can see a beautiful garden of flowers. I can also see a bee. What is this bee doing? Let us all see. I hope you all can see there is something on the feet of the bee, and it's yellow in color. These are nothing but pollen grains, which is found on top of the anther. It seems the bee has come from a short trip from the anther. When the pollen grains falls into the stigma of the flower, it enters inside the style of the flower and germinates, forming the pollen tube. After it enters inside the stigma, forming a pollen tube, it furthermore enters into the ovary. The ovary comprises of ovules. Now when these pollen grains, the cells of the pollen grains, fertilize with the egg cells, fertilization takes place. It is through this process that we get tasty fruits and seeds at the same time, where the ovary forms into fruits and the ovule transform into seeds. So children, we have learned about self-pollination, where the transfer and deposition of pollen grains occurs on the stigma of the same flower or another flower of the same plant. Now, we will see how cross-pollination takes place, where the bee transfer and deposit the pollen grain from one type of a flowering plant to another type of a flowering plant. Well children, I've asked you one question in the beginning. I hope you all have the answer now. Well, flowers are beautiful, aromatic and bright in color so that they can attract birds, butterflies and bees. Most of the pollination takes place through bees, so we need to protect them and save from extinction. Stay safe, stay home, stay fit. Bye bye. Thank you.